Hi there, I'm just looking at Jan van Eyck's Arnolfini Portrait from 1434. So, what are we looking at? Well, we're looking at a man and a woman in an interior, and in one sense they're trying to put on their best life. And it reminds me of the type of image you might see in something like Hello magazine or Instagram, because they're surrounded by all their most prized objects. They're trying to give this sense of wealth, affluence, good taste. The beads, the mirror, the dog, the oranges, the shoes, the candelabra, the gestures. But actually, this painting has a lot more to offer if we look about how Van Eyck has organised light, shape, form, colour, space within the frame. So as an artist myself, I come back to this painting again and again and again. And part of it that always gets me is the composition. Because if we start to look about how forms are organised within this painting, what we see is that it's a line of verticals that work their way all the way across the painting. If we start from the window, the edge of the window and the window frame, then we have the line of the fur of Arnolfini's dress, the raised hands, the pleats in his dress, the beads, the chandelier, the edge of the carpet, the edge of the floorboards, the pleats of the woman's dress, her fleur-lined sleeve, the hanging kind of decoration of the bed. So it's vertical, 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 all the way across. The joining of the hands, perhaps symbolic for sure, but that is such an important horizontal that goes right the way across. And if that was to fall, the whole energy of the painting would just drop out of it. Also, that supports a vertical line of activity. Again, if we start at the top, you have the chandelier, the signature of Van Eyck, the mirror, the hands, the cushion, and the slippers that mirror that kind of echo the shape of the hands, taken along and down to the dog. Also, the hand of Arnolfini that's raised, perhaps it's like a gesture to those we can see reflected in the mirror. If that shape was to drop, that whole area of the painting would just be one large dark mass. Also, that shape of the hand connects up to Arnolfini's face, and it then connects to the joint hands and over to the woman's face and hand. So you're then, all those kind of light forms of hand, face, hand, face, hand, hand, face. They all kind of connect in this central kind of line of activity. So when I'm looking at a painting like this, I'm looking for the decisions that the artist makes that I can learn from as an artist. And what really excites me is kind of recognising how Van Eyck has moved certain things within the painting, not for the purpose of symbolic value, not to make objects mean something, but so it benefits the rest of the composition. For example, if you take the bottom of Arnolfini's dress, and you can see it's fur-lined, and you can just see that bit of kind of fur line that's just been moved across the edge of the floorboards. Because if that was on the other side of the line, the figures would feel too separate, and he's just moved it across. He's also extended the carpet edge, so the bottom of it fits really nicely in the fold of the dress. And this is the stuff that gets me excited as a painter. If we're looking at it here, and you turn it upside down, you can then start to see how all of the objects actually mirror and repeat across the whole canvas. You can also see how the mirror is surrounded by lightness. So it's really been made to be seen because of all this lightness. And when you turn it upside down, shapes become abstracted, and we can appreciate this like we can an abstract painting. The other thing that really inspires me about this painting is how Van Eyck uses colour, because there's loads of contrast and complements throughout the canvas. The green dress in brilliant conversation with that red bed behind, the blue sleeves, the purpliness of the robe, and then the kind of yellowiness of the chandelier, and also those glowing oranges. They're just so beautiful. And the most dominant colours are really green, blue and red, but Van Eyck scatters these across the composition. You can see them in the reflection of the mirror and the people reflected within it. You can also see them up in the stained glass window. You can see red, green and blue. You also see them in the intricate design of the carpet. So he's actually scattering the colour about the painting, and so connecting all of these elements and guiding our eye around it, but with real sophistication. Also, just the fact that he's chosen the, what's it called? The tassels of the beads. They're the same green as the dress, and these are really conscious decisions. If they were yellow, if they were red, it just wouldn't work. The one thing we haven't talked about is the signature. So Jan van Eyck is written on the back wall of this painting. Basically, I was here, Jan van Eyck was here, 1434. And that's kind of a blatant intrusion into the painting. But we don't really know in which capacity he was here. Was he reflected in the mirror? Was he actually here present painting this couple? Or was he here more conceptually, as a kind of author of this reality that he's constructed? But if he wanted us to know, he would have chosen his words more carefully. And this is one of the elements of this painting that makes it so enduring. People want answers to all the questions this work poses. Who are these people? What do all these objects mean? What's the purpose of the picture? But really, we wouldn't even seek answers to these questions if he hadn't organised all of these elements and colours and light and space within the frame with such sophistication and such incredible design. And that's the talent of the artist, how he organises all this information. It doesn't even matter what it says, it's the fact that he can arrange all of these elements within the boundaries of the frame. Painting has never been so good, and the frame has never been used so well. But what do you think? What do you get out of it? Is this a painting that you use within the studio? Is this a painting that inspires you? Perhaps not so much in terms of what it means, but in terms of how it shows us how to organise visual information within the confines of the frame. I'd love to hear what you think.